Grant, I think you felt that the international break and missing the Charlton game may well turn out to be a bit of a blessing in disguise because of some of the knocks and niggles. Has that worked out for you?
It's been good. It's been good, to be fair. I think we needed that little break. You know, the players come back in. It was like the first day of pre-season. Attitude was spot on. You know, we did a fitness session just to get them back in and break them back in, and it was the easiest they've made it look, really, all season. They're looking good. They're looking sharp. We're ready to go again. So it was important that we got some of the injured players got that break as well and let their injuries calm down a little bit. And we've got a few of them all back out in the training ground. We've got everyone back out in the training ground apart from Junior Moraes. So it's been good.
Yeah, it's absolutely what you make of it, isn't it? When you get a situation like this and you have a weekend off, you can let it worry you, or you can turn it to your advantage.
No, I'm hoping it's going to be to our advantage, really. The games were coming thick and fast for us, at the start of the season. They're going to be coming again, so it was nice to get the players. Sometimes rest is just as important as flogging the players or doing too much with them. And it was good because to be fair to us, we haven't had many days where the players have had off this year. I think we've only had 7 or 8 days from the start of pre-season, which is, we have been constant with them in training. So it was important they got a couple of days breather. But they've worked really hard this week, continue to work hard again tomorrow, and we look to go and put a performance on at home.
Yeah, and you've been without Gwion Edwards for a couple of games, but I think the situation was, if you'd really needed to use him, certainly for the EFL Trophy game, you could have done. Presumably now then he's in good shape. Yeah,
possibly we could have. He was running before that game with the physio, but the break's done him great. He's been training really well this week. He'll come back into consideration. He's such a big player for us, Gwion. Marcus Madison had played a couple of games and beat out Oldham, Oxford, where he was probably 80-85%. But again, such a big player for us, and we can't afford to have Gwion and Marcus out of the team. So he got through the games, probably not the best that he should have done, but it was important to get him the break. The Northampton game we left him, and he's got 4 or 5 days after that. So he's been training this week. He's looking really sharp as well, and if we can keep them two fit, then we're in with a good chance, because they're two of the best wide players in this league.
Yeah, 2 players who are really influential, and also 2 players who are really versatile. You can use them in a lot of different ways.
Yeah, well, Marcus predominantly playing in the 10 for us this year, but we know he can play wide. Gwion can play in numerous positions. You've seen him in left of a diamond, you've seen him left midfield, you've seen him at left back, or left wing back, should I say. You've seen him at right wing back. So yeah, the versatility of Gwion is brilliant, but not just that, the way he carries the ball and he drives at people and he's positive in his play is something that we've missed over the past few games, and great to have him back and around the squad.
Some other good news during the international break: Andrea Borg away with Malta and scoring a goal as well, so obviously having a good time of it.
Yeah, he did. I think they got beaten the 3 games, really, Malta, quite easily, really, but it was good for him to score. He's been away. It seems like he's been away forever, really. I think since the start of the season started properly, I think he's missed about a month with international games. So it's been a stop-start season for young Andrea. But to get recognised by your country, we're never going to stand in anybody's way. And he's been away possibly for about 2 weeks now. I think he's played 3 or 4 games, and I think he scored in his last one. So we're delighted for him. He's coming on, Andrea. I think you've seen him last year in the first team. Hopefully you'll see him again in the first team if he knuckles down, gets his head down, works hard, and tries to push himself onto the bench first and foremost, and then back into the team.
In terms of this weekend, you always talk about focusing on your own side. This weekend, perhaps more than any other, you don't really know what you're going to expect from Gillingham, so the focus can really be on your own team.
It's just on us. That's it. We ain't going to go into the game with our eyes, shut. We know it's another game against a team who predominantly do quite well in this league. Yes, they've had changes in management over the years, but most clubs have. So it's we just got to focus on us. We got to make sure we get back to what we know we're good at. We've been working hard this week. It's the boys are ready to go. The little breaks helped them. We're looking forward to getting back in front of our home fans again, and you know, we're disappointing there in our last league game, so we want to put that right. Much improved against Northampton, although, you know, we've a couple of decisions in the game that didn't go our way again, you know, in terms of Ricky's penalty decision and having to take him off before he was sent off, all because of a bad decision by the referee. So I just want to make that clear that the two incidents that Ricky has gone down, they are penalties. And I know I said at Oldham it wasn't. I didn't want to make that an excuse, that's all it was. But he's been hard done by. And I felt as if we have been a little bit with the referees this season. Hence why I give the head of referees a ring and just to ask about a few incidents really. Because it is cost us in a few games. Cost us at Oldham when he got brought down. Cost us Walsall when we won the game. So we have been a bit misfortunate, and we're hoping the tide will start changing our way a little bit.
Yeah, with a couple of those decisions, clearly officials will always make mistakes, but with a couple of them, very, very obvious mistakes were made. Do you get an apology in that kind of situation? What happens? We did
from the Oldham, from the Walsall one, definitely. We should have been coming away from Walsall with 3 points, but that's in hindsight now. The Oldham, you know, we're 1-1 at the time. Marcus had just scored a penalty. Possibly didn't want to give the other one because he had just given one. And then the Northampton one could have probably just changed the dynamics. I know it would have been the first goal, but it may have just changed the dynamics in the game, so you never know. 3 incidents, possibly 1 or 2 more that I want to speak about that have gone against us. And you need that wee bit of a luck at times, you know. People say you make your own luck, but you have to be in them situations where Ricky is, and he, hopefully, if he's in them situations again, referees will look at him in a different way. And we don't want to have that reputation of our centre forward that he dives, and because that's not the case. He was blatantly brought down for 2 penalties. One that he tried to stay on his feet, which they try and tell you to do, and the other one where it was a blatant one against Northampton. So Ricky's fine though. He's fine. He understands, and that's why I phoned the referees, just to make sure that there wasn't a vendetta against my striker when he's in and around the box.
Yeah, because it's particularly frustrating for him, firstly because he doesn't want that reputation, but secondly he's really keen to get that first goal, and obviously 2 occasions there where he was very close. Yeah,
it is disappointing for him, but I've got so much belief in him. You know, he's looking really sharp. We've seen him today. It's probably the best I've seen him look today in training. He's chomping at the bit to get off and running, and when he does, he will. You know, he'll go on a run. There's no 2 ways about that. I think you've seen the goals he scored last year. 40 goals in the National League is no mean feat. So once he gets up and running, he'll be off. Jack Marriott's up and running. He's flying at the minute, and you can only see him adding to his goals. But if we can get Ricky to start contributing too, then we're in business.
And some further good news today. Sam Cartwright, who a few people will have seen in pre-season, he's been in and around the squad. He's signed his first deal. Yeah, excellent young centre half. Sam, he's taken my eye really since I've come into come back to the football club. Just seeing him progressing through the 15s and the 16s and into the 18s. He played a few games in pre-season. He's been on loan out and loan to Kings Lynn. He's been on loan to various other clubs, and he's someone who I think's got a big future here. So he signed a professional contract, and we've done quite well with that coming through the academy. Really, you know, going all the way back to probably Causey and Joe Newell, but the squad at the minute: Jermaine Anderson, Morgan Penfold, Lewis Freestone, Andrea Borg, Leo, and now Sam Cartwright. And the reason why, one of the biggest reason why we offer these boys the contracts is because of their attitude and because of their grounding from their parenting, really. And we feel as if them 5 or 6 have got that. And there was no hesitation. There was just pure delight in his face when we offered him a contract. And yeah, we're delighted, and we're looking forward to working with him. Yeah, is it nice at the moment that you've got that group who are all at a similar stage? Presumably they can help one another out.
Well, our job now is to make them football players for the next 15, 20 years. That's our job, you know. And whether it's at Peterborough United or somewhere else, we want to try and develop them and make them as good as they can be. I've got a big affinity with the academy, as you know, and I love to bring them through. There's going to be another one hopefully over the next few days, a young under 16 who you've seen on the bench, Harrison Burrows, that hopefully will sign another contract with us on top of a scholar, someone who I feel as if got another bright future. And there's ones under him and in his age group as well who have got a big chance. So we've got a good, you know, we're going well in the academy. We're producing some really good kids. Hopefully over the next year or two we can push a few of them into our first team on a regular basis, and we can blend them in with some of the experienced ones, and because that's what we want to do. That's ultimately why we've got the academy.